October 2009, Bobby and Sherilyn Jamison loaded their 6-year-old daughter Madyson into their truck and drove into the remote Oklahoma wilderness. Their truck was found 6 days later. The family was not inside. Their phones were inside. Their wallets were inside. Their dog was inside, alive but starving. $40,000 in cash sat untouched on the seat. 4 years later, their skeletal remains were found less than 3 miles from the truck. The cause of death was never determined. This is the full story of the Jamison family and the details that have never been explained. Bobby and Sherilyn Jamison lived in Eufaula, Oklahoma, with their daughter Madyson, who was 6 years old at the time of their disappearance. By most accounts, they were an ordinary family. Bobby worked in various trades. The couple had been together for years. Madyson was described by those who knew her as a bright, happy child. But in the months leading up to their disappearance, things had been difficult. Bobby and Sherilyn were reportedly having marital problems. There were accounts of unusual behavior from both parents. Friends and family later described them as seeming increasingly paranoid and distressed in the weeks before they vanished. In October 2009, they told people they were going to look at a piece of rural land they were considering buying in the Samboa Mountains of eastern Oklahoma. Remote, heavily wooded, with almost no cell service. They drove out on October 8th. They were never seen alive again. 6 days after they were last seen, their truck was found parked near the property they had gone to view. What investigators found inside was immediately strange. The Jamisons' phones were in the truck, both of them, with no explanation for why they hadn't been used to call for help. Their wallets were inside, their IDs, their cash, $32,000 in an envelope, along with additional money totaling approximately $40,000. Every cent untouched. Their dog, a border collie named Maisie, was alive in the truck, but severely malnourished, suggesting the family had been gone for all 6 days. There was no sign of struggle, no blood, no indication of where they had gone on foot or why. The surrounding wilderness was searched immediately. Aircraft, dogs, volunteers, law enforcement, nothing was found. Investigators began piecing together the Jamison family's final weeks. What emerged was deeply unsettling. Security footage from their property retrieved before the disappearance showed Bobby and Sherilyn making multiple trips to and from their truck in what appeared to be a dazed, almost zombie-like state, walking slowly, expressionless, not speaking to each other or acknowledging the camera. Investigators described the footage as deeply unusual. Those who knew the couple said they didn't recognize their behavior in it. A pastor who knew the family came forward and stated that Bobby had told him the family believed they were being stalked by a satanic group and feared for their lives. Text messages recovered from their phones included references to a spiritual warfare situation and expressions of fear about unknown enemies. Sherilyn's mother later revealed that a bag containing a significant quantity of methamphetamine had been found inside their home, though it was never established whether the family were users, dealers, or had been given it by someone else. The $40,000 in cash has never been explained, where it came from, why it was there, why it was left behind. For 4 years, the Jamison family remained missing. Then in November 2013, a deer hunter in the Samboa Mountains stumbled on skeletal remains. They were identified as Bobby, Sherilyn, and Madyson Jamison. They had been found less than 3 miles from where their truck was discovered 4 years earlier, an area that had been searched multiple times. The state medical examiner examined the remains. The cause and manner of death for all 3 family members was listed as undetermined. No trauma was identified. No evidence of gunshot wounds, blunt force, or any other definitive cause of death was found. Whether they died of exposure, were murdered, or something else entirely, the examiner could not say. The Jamison case has produced more questions than answers since the day the truck was found. Why did they leave their phones, wallets, and $40,000 in cash behind? What was the source of the cash, and why was it brought to a remote wilderness viewing trip? Who or what were they afraid of in the weeks before they disappeared? What does the security footage, showing them moving in an apparently dissociated state, actually mean? How were their remains found less than 3 miles from the search area after 4 years of active searching? And most importantly, what killed them? None of these questions have been officially answered. The Jamison family case remains open as an unsolved death investigation. A family drove into the Oklahoma wilderness with $40,000 in cash, their phones, and their dog. They walked away from their truck and never came back. 4 years later, their bones were found 3 miles away. Nobody knows why they went there. Nobody knows what they were afraid of. Nobody knows what killed them. The Jamison family case is officially open and officially unsolved. What do you think happened to Bobby, Sherilyn, and Madyson? Tell me in the comments. And if cases like this keep you up at night, subscribe. New deep dives every Wednesday and new disturbing shorts every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday.